Hello there, my name's James Kelly and welcome back to Scott Goes Pop. Well, the Seagulls have done it again. Yes, the Seagulls have claimed another major ministerial scalp. And note that I did say scalp and not scallop. Anyway, we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture in all of this, and the bigger picture is that Labour have fallen to yet new depths of unpopularity in the GB-wide polls. And most notably, there's the Find Out Now poll that was conducted between the 17th and 18th of September, which, if I look at my calendar, was Wednesday and Thursday. In that poll, Reform UK are on 34% of the vote, which is unchanged from last time, but most significantly, Labour have dropped 3 percentage points to just 16%, and that is quite easily the lowest vote share for Labour in any poll since the general election. And it's also lower than any vote share that Jeremy Corbyn received in any opinion poll during his whole 5 years as Labour leader. So it's official. Labour is now more unpopular than it was at any point under Jeremy Corbyn. Anyway, back to the Find Out Now poll. The Conservatives are in joint second with Labour now on 16%. That is up one. The Liberal Democrats are on 13%. That is also up one. The Greens are on 12%, which is unchanged. And in a major blow for George Fawkes, the SNP are up 1 to 3%. Yeah, that's major. And Plaid Cymru are unchanged on 1%. Now, of course, every polling company has its own house effects. You know, some might be more favourable for reform, some might be more favourable for Labour or the Tories or whatever. And Find Out Now has been particularly favourable for reform and particularly unfavourable for Labour. So you can't take this as gospel. But because Labour are at a lower level than they've ever been in any Find Out Now poll, it's also reasonable to assume that unless this is a complete rogue poll, that Labour will also be unusually low in polls from other companies, even if that's at a slightly higher level than Find Out Now are showing. And the first poll from another non-Find Out Now company does bear out that theory. It's a poll with the same fieldwork dates as Find Out Now, and it comes from a polling company that I don't actually know how to pronounce the name of. I've written it a million times, but I don't think I've ever heard it pronounced. Is it Techne or is it Techne? It'll be presumably it's one of those two. Blooming stupid name for a polling company, if you ask me. But Reform UK are in the lead on 30%. That's actually down one. Labour are on 20%, which is down one. And as far as I can see, that is the lowest vote share that Labour have had with Techne or Techne since the general election, probably ever. In third place, only just behind Labour, are the Conservatives on 19%. That is up one. The Liberal Democrats are on 15%, which is up one. The Greens are on 9%, which is down one. The SNP, and another major blow for George Fawkes, are on 3%, up one. No information about Plaid Cymru. Annoyingly, Techne or Techna do not provide Scottish subsample figures. However, Find Out Now do. They're not correctly structured and weighted in the same way that YouGovs are, but let's have a look at them anyway, because they're always entertaining, if nothing else. The SNP are in first place on 30%, Reform UK just behind on 27%, Labour way back in third place on just 13% of the vote. Liberal Democrats once again ahead of the Conservatives on 11%. The Tories are on just 10%. The Greens are on 6%. Well, we can't tell much about the situation in Scotland from an unweighted subsample, but it certainly looks like the situation is getting worse and worse for the Labour Party across the UK. And that may mean curtains for Keir Starmer, and possibly it would be better for the SNP if actually that doesn't happen before the Holyrood election. So maybe there's a little bit of the SNP that would like Labour to just sort of steady the ship just a little bit to prevent Keir Starmer being toppled. But that's a very sort of complicated way of looking at it. Anyway, that's it for now. If you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be really helpful. Bye for now.